I'm just doing a check to see whether the frequency of this is okay, and then we can have a brief chat. Let's see if the signal has become better. Generally, I do these bookings at night time, which will be for Europe tonight, 11 o'clock. I'll be doing a live session, but I might as well get in and have a chat for those of you who are awake at the moment, depending on what part of the world you're in. For a few people to get on. Some people have been saying that there's been no connection. I do know a lot of other YouTube channels have been experiencing the same thing. So we're just doing a quality check at the moment, and for some of you, you might even be lucky enough to get a bit of conversation out of me. How are we all? Yes, I'm back. Now, is there reception interference? My side is showing it's fine. I want to know on your side how it's coming through. We have 3 people. Hello, true love for me. How are you? Is the signal coming through okay, or is it breaking up like the other ones? Yay! It's in and out. Joys of YouTube. What about now? It is definitely to do with YouTube. Signal's good. Okay, those of you who are wanting a booking, I do have a birthday special this month. Now, it come to my attention for those of you who are subscribers, you can subscribe to the website if you're wanting to. But for those of you, if it is your birthday, just inbox me. I'm happy to give you an additional discount. Now, on the booking page, there has been discounts for May because I know a lot of us are purging and processing and blocked. So for those of you who are wanting to make a booking, just jump through to the website. Hi, Six Nations in Canada. How are you? Well, let's hope this goes all through. See if that makes a bit of a difference. Now, do we have anything that we're going through at the moment that we need an update on? Is there any energy updates that you guys feel the need to know about what's going on right now? Yeah, look, there is an aspect for the summer months, I think, really energies connected to those of us. Lots of energies at the moment. Good joke. Up out a bit for meditation and healing. But definitely, I think Divine Feminine is doing a lot of internal work. There was an interesting comment on a video I looked at the other day, and they were describing the frequency levels between masculine and feminine as the feminines was lower than the masculines. And I was sort of like, for a moment, I was an ego thinking, how is that remotely possible? If there has been a dynamic, you know, of a shift, that would be understandable. So jump back out of ego, you know, do your frequency work and see what you can do to get yourself uplifted. You know, be it that you're going out, you're socializing with friends, you're applying your energy back into your life, you need to do those things so that you can get the forward motion and your frequency correct. Does that make sense? How is my frequency been? Have we been using the tools that we're given, the chakra clearing? Yeah, I know. I do understand the aspect of survival mode, and I do know it's very common for Divine Feminine to get to that space where we can be very closed off, but we will not have an aspect of spiritual healing if we do that completely. So we do need to realize that it's okay to do that hermit, you know, that hermit mode, and the Hierophant energy, but we do need to energetically try and shift that. Look, if you're clarity and your frequency is there where you can tune into ill aspects, what you've learnt will be relevant. So who you cast out from what domain will be up to you, and how you let people in will be, again, your power of what you do. So you can come to a place where you just go shut down mode, that's it, not letting anyone through Hell's Gate. But again, that's really not going to serve you any, because we are here in the 3D and we are here to move forward. So therefore, at some point, you're going to have to let people in. Does that make sense? I know. It's sucky. But you will. You'll have to. It'll come naturally. It's a purging process. So what else have you guys been experiencing? Have we been manifesting? Have we been applying ourselves to our life and get balance back? For those of you who are feminine energies, and both of us really hold feminine and masculine, and that's about keeping balance on both sides of the scale. And a big shout out to Christine, who finally donates cards constantly. She's one of my lovelies who calls me, and Joanna the medium uses this deck. She's like, Yildiz, you've got to use this deck, and I have trolled it out a bit. So I will be doing some updates with these energies, and I used these on myself today, and I had an absolute laugh at them. They're very comical in the way they describe things. So we shall be using these as well, and she's given me a few other decks. And there is a deck coming for Divine Masculine and Feminine, which is twin flame based. So I will be using those shortly. So any other dynamics that we're dealing with? How is everyone's finance going? Is it moving? A lot of old energies are coming back. We just need to... Okay, well, the first deck is affirmatory cards. They're comical. It's connected to the power of manifestation. Oh, look, a lot of it I can totally relate. Finance, the most is ebbs and flows. I think a lot of us really, when it slows down, we're meant to be doing the work, you know, in our own personal lives. So try and monopolize on that energy. Yeah, she is lovely. She's beautiful energy. Okay, so really reapply the energy back into your own life. So sometimes situations in life and we're thinking, oh, you know, what am I doing? Am I on the wrong path? Am I on the wrong location? Try not to question that too much, because ultimately speaking, anywhere you are, you're supposed to be. So try not to run away from adversity. Try to stare it smack in the face and just use that time to meditate. If it means, you know, finances are restricted, then maybe apply your energy to your life in a different way where you physically do have control. So, you know, it might be that you're tying up loose ends at home, or, you know, you needed to throw things out, you need to get your paperwork in order, you need to maybe watch some TV or do some things that are spiritually grounding for yourself. Something that doesn't cost anything, but something directly back into your own life to fulfill it emotionally. So it's never that it's the wrong road. It's more, and it's the sucky word, divine timing. It is all about synchronicities connected to divine time, and where you can add the energy back to make your internal abundant and do your heart chakra work. So when you do that, you're actually opening yourself up physically so that you can gain those finances back into your own life. Things are moving, but we do need to purge. We cannot take this potato sack with us. That's why it's so difficult. It's masculine and feminine energy, be it twin or not twin. In general, you know, our energies need to remove these blocks. So we'll have synchronicities occurring around us to give us the heads up that, yes, in fact, movement is happening in our own personal lives, but yet the movement we may not be feeling, but it's going on behind the scenes. Oh, look, I've cleared clutter. I'm very much doing a lot of work on the website, coming up with ideas for ways to do the readings and information as downloads that's been coming through. So the meditation has really served quite well. What else? Lots of things, really. Reshuffling life, letting the upside down be the upturn. So it's a bit like trying to rise from ashes. further. But yeah, these cards are quite quirky in a sense that this card came out for me today. I thought it was quite funny. Just let you have a quick look. And it's quite comical in a way that it describes things. Power. I am strong. I am grounded. I am powerful. I am cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I am like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels strong. It doesn't need to do anything but just be. So it's sort of like energy cards and ways and that you can look at things. So they're quite unique, and a big thank to her. She's very generous. And yes, I'm yet to get the Barbie dolls. They're coming. Although I just can't grasp it. Me using Barbie dolls, I'm used to a little quirking that I used to do. Well, love, inbox me and I'll give you a discount on a booking if you're wanting one. I have offered another lady, one who it's her birthday and she's a regular client / family member to Yilda's readings. So definitely, if your birthday is this month, come through and I shall give you a discounted Skype reading as a happy birthday token. And I will be having a birthday club added to my actual website. So if you do subscribe, that will give me a notification, and definitely in that month come through and I shall give you a discount for your birthday booking. Any other questions, guys? But the other bookings have been discounted, and that's because everyone's energy is up and down. On the topic of manifestation, what would you like to know? Energetically, the way in which you manifest, it's not going to happen overnight. So have your clear intent. Know exactly what you're wanting. It's a bit like your faith. It can be your faith in connection to your spiritual path. So you connected to twin flame in the spiritual journey. In anything that you basically have your mind set on it as if it's already yours, and then you have to keep moving forward and affirm to yourself each day that you're deserving and you're open to receiving, and do heart chakra work. But definitely try and work on it, and meditation for us as a collective, we do need to do that work. So you know, when you're really off track and you're unhinged, probably not the best time to manifest, because you'll have all those spiritual attacks happening closer to union. So you'll find it can be external parties with influencing situations. It can be hiccups and bumps in the road, but directly external situations that are going to test that paradigm. And I mean, even the situation test you, it's to you to get back on course and say, you know, your spiritual path, and to have trust and faith in it, a bit like ignorance. I know that sounds kind of horrible, but ignorance is bliss, right? You do need to keep it to yourself, though. I mean, I have listened to a few YouTube readers and they're getting ever so frustrated. Change is there definitely, but how that's going to be and whether it's going to be best for everyone as a collective love. There is changes, but it is divinely timed. You know, we do, when you directly deal with twin, be it your external or you're getting your downloads, it is all from, hi from France. You need, I understand the fear connected to it, but you need to intuitively know that you have all the tools, and any triggers that come from it are for your higher good. It sounds nasty. It's a bit like a child getting their hand burnt, that, you know, if they've learnt that lesson, we don't apply our energy in the same kind of protocol, so to speak. So divine feminines have been tested quite a bit, but it has been so that they can spiritually grow and purge. A lot of our frequencies are at the moment, however evolved you are in this sort of connection. So it may be your vibration is very low. It could be due to deceit, due to betrayal from friends, really being beaten down by life, etc., etc. Need I say more? So to get your frequency right, you need to do standard things. That can be, you know, going and walking on the beach. It can be that you're meditating, paying attention to your thoughts and purging when necessary. Also getting out and about and actually mixing with other people to sidetrack yourself to the point where you're not tuning in all the time to the same given matter, because that's not healthy either. And really and standing in your truth at any given time. So if someone's saying to you, I want you to go and do something, no, my frequency is not there, I really am not in the mood, you need to hold that truth, and you need to adhere to that aspect of what you physically feel is correct for you at every given moment. You also need to be self-aware to a point, whether you're coming from a place of ego, because this month is related to ego and we are getting very tested. And I do feel a lot of the feminines at the moment very, very emotional. It might be a few of you on here at the moment because your frequency is quite emotional. Who of you have been in tears? Because I'm picking up your energy. Purging, crying, thinking, releasing. Yeah, so basically getting to a point where you acknowledge a feeling, an emotion, and accept the fact that that is, you know, part of what you're going through spiritually. But again, it's a lot of feminines, depending on where you are in which wave, is that, how do I put it? It's so horrible to hear from an external reader that this journey is part of you. But the longer I've been on the spiritual journey, I have become so self-aware, it's bullshit. I can't even explain it. To where even after any turmoil I've had in my life, I physically stopped and looked at myself and went, wow. And it's not just the connection in general in life. It's the way in which I chose to apply my energy to situations. I'm laughing at it now. And trust me, I haven't been laughing. I have been crying. But it's the irony of the aftermath when you look at situations and go, my benchmark I thought was so high, but it wasn't. And if I did not pay attention to my life, my axis spun out of control because I didn't invest in my life, and that's my fault. It does feel like the Twilight Zone. Definitely. But you do need to, and it's like I said, it is very hard to hear this, but to get a balance and a frequency correct, you have to be your own mother and father. You need to come to a place where you say, Houston, I've got a problem. Okay. And look at your 3D life of what is out of balance right now. Is it your finances? Is it your emotions? Is it the friendships and the people that you're directly mixing with? What is balance and what's not working? Change it. Apply your energy differently to that given situation. Try back in your hopes and dreams. And I do want to do videos connected to masculine or feminine, you know, and I'm doing more research into it about how we can motivate each other to actually apply our energy to our lives so that we're getting the best out of it. You know, and it can be that we're coming up here and we're saying, okay, we have a video once a month and we're talking about what we've accomplished in that month so that we can see an aspect of growth within ourselves and the forward motion, so that we can celebrate that aspect, be it masculine or feminine, whoever we are, that we can bounce off ideas about what we're doing to invest in our own spiritual path to raise our frequency so that we're co-creating. Okay? Because I do think, especially in the old traditional paradigms of relationships, which for the first wave of twins, you know, the ones that are a bit more older in the path, I mean, they do deem it as there's 3 waves, but then they're much older, they will be in union or, you know, older. So now the other ones that have been on that journey a lot longer, they're now deemed as the first wave. The first wave of twins are doing the pavement work, which is, well, it's not to say the first ones initially didn't, but these waves, which would probably be me, we're shifting the paradigms of the way people in relationships look at situations. and that will shift down to the next and next. And it can be your in between kind of mark, but it will pave the way for the change to be smoother, for union to reach closer, be it a communication level, just a spiritual level, whether that is your life path, whatever is supposed to transpire. So really the connections you will find for those of you who have been on the path a lot longer, you don't fit into the traditional box of wanting a traditional relationship. And people may have deemed you as being or not committed, not fitting the correct box, being the black sheep of the family. So any of those aspects, you know, the further on and the more you spiritually grow, you can't fit into that because it just doesn't work. So even if you have, you know, a situation with twin, which it's just all of a sudden topples down for any given reason, and, you know, the disconnect happens, directly speaking, you spiritually have evolved. So what then has to happen is you need to realize that you have changed. Any other questions before I go? So changes happen regardless, and you just move forward from that. Any other questions? I shall be back again tonight, and I will do an energy update, and I'll talk to you guys then. Yes, my twin is here in this world. We are each doing our own path at the moment. That's where life has been. Okay, lovelies, I will talk to you tonight. So wherever you are in the world, for me, it is currently 4:30. So my time, probably about 10 or 11, I'll be back on to do an energy report and an update. I'll talk to you. But definitely have a look at the website if you're wanting a booking, because I have put discounts on all of it, due to the fact that a lot of the feminines at the moment have blocks financially. I have reduced them. And if you do have a birthday, definitely I'll give you an additional kind of discount on top of that. Just inbox me. Love and light, guys. I'll talk to you. Bye.